making his second attempt at a world title from Barranquitas, Puerto Rico, Christopher Pitufo Diaz. He is the former junior featherweight champion of the world. He is the reigning, defending WBO featherweight champion of the world from San Juan Zitaltepec, Mexico, Emanuel Navarrete.
Emanuel Navarrete is a dynamic Mexican fighter known for his unorthodox angles, high-volume punching, and relentless pressure.
So he's trying to change the rhythm up with his punches. Oh!
And the uppercut scores the knockdown here in round one.
By the time he faced Christopher Diaz in April 2021, Emanuel held a 32-1 record and was making his first defense of the WBO featherweight world title.
They finish things off here in round number 11. Russell Morris giving it a look. There it is. TKO victory.
He had already built a reputation as one of boxing's most entertaining champions with multiple title defenses at super bantamweight before moving up in weight.
He hurt his, I think he hurt his right hand. Oh.
Now Dogbe held up by the ropes, and Dogbe goes down.
Against Diaz, Vaquero aimed to showcase his trademark pace and power to solidify his place among the top fighters in the featherweight division.
Seeing what frustrates Navarrete, it's the movement.
There have been some opponents who have put that forth, and it has been more effective.
Well, that's the right idea. Foot movement, the right kind of movement, not wasted. Sneaky little overhand right there a few seconds ago from Diaz.
That's what he has to do. Every mistake and every time Navarrete lunges forward.
See Diaz looking out for that uppercut, blocking it well, at least right now.
He will often...
So that's a good thing. He's not giving up unnecessary energy.
Tried to time a right hand over the top. Navarrete so awkward, so unorthodox. He throws them from. Right hand got in the combination there from Navarrete. There's that lead left uppercut again, and able.
He's on a different station, you know, radio station than everybody that he fights.
His frequency's off, right? He's got a different rhythm to him.
It's expected.
Three-punch combination finished with the left uppercut. Opens up with a 13-6. Start of round number 2.
I think Diaz did exactly
there it is.
What you're supposed to do when you're facing an awkward fighter. You don't get awkward with them. You stay composed.
About by the counter right hand over that jab of Navarrete.
That's what you need to do. You need to time it. Navarrete, he shoots his...
That's what I've been talking about power boxing, where you get your shots off, you commit.
To know what you have found out about that knee wrap on the left leg of the champion Navarrete.
I've been told that how it plays out during this fight against a mobile fighter like Christopher Diaz.
Ooh, big right hand.
And then on the inside, Diaz getting off to that body moments ago. Three-punch combination from Diaz.
Jab and come around with that hook, but he just missed. He tips himself off.
End of 2.
Yes, it is. And I've been calling from this from the beginning. You know, the right hand right over the top. That's how you take a jab away. And then he timed the uppercut of Navarrete.
And he's either countering or getting out of harm's way.
Pedro Navarrete told me that he wants Emanuel to start cutting off the exits and pick up his...
18 by 18 inside the ropes. He's pressing a little more.
Now Navarrete is trying to break the rhythm and timing of Diaz.
He just did.
That's what he's doing. Now he's picking up the pace.
Good shot. Left hand from the champion. And now this is the volume. And this is the offensive attack we're used to seeing from Navarrete.
Yeah, that's vintage Navarrete right there. There was going to be moments like this. A championship fight. Navarrete's not going to just lay down. You're going to have to go through some fire if you want to get this win.
One of the things that you can do when you have a fighter like Navarrete that gets off and gets going, you got to tie him up, break his rhythm. That's what you do. You don't want him to work, tie him up. It's a part of boxing. Diaz now is stalking, looking for the fight.
Many have described as long and slow, but we know they've been effective. Left hand to the body from Diaz.
That's what's difficult to deal with.
See a little bit of swelling under the eye, the right eye of Diaz. We'll monitor that. Big output in that round from Navarrete.
But as it may seem, this is vintage Navarrete, where he seems out of position, he leaps in. But you got to remember, for a guy that's 5'7", he has a 72-inch reach. I had a 72-inch reach.
Nelson Rodriguez told me that Christopher Diaz worked on Navarrete's awkwardness, and he says, look,
Just think when you say something like that, how do you replicate what Navarrete does, what Navarrete is with sparring?
You cannot. I mean, I think in there with a guy like this, and there is no sparring partner that you can find that fights exactly like this guy.
let's go, nice and clean, let's go.
Trying to sweep to that body with the right hand. You see in the corner of your screen there, May 22nd, undisputed junior welterweight fight coming up in May. Good exchange that time. Right hand scored. Navarrete now closing in behind the jab.
Yes, that's the answer right there. If you're Diaz, you're already the shorter fighter when you're down there.
Oh! There's that left lead uppercut, and the knockdown is scored.
6, 7.
Never saw it.
His signature punch, and he cashes in. Knockdown scored by the champ. Diaz moves out to the side. And now he punches back, but you never know when it's coming. When you least...
This is just so hard to defend against. The uppercut right up the middle with the beautiful uppercut as Diaz tried to move out.
But it was that feint. It was the feint with the right hand. He looked as if he wanted to throw it. Diaz expect that right there. Diaz covered up with the left hand, getting through. It was the feint that set that shot up. And typically it's the shot that you do not see.
10-8 round scored in round number 4. Advantage for the champion.
He has an underrated ring IQ. I know what you see. It don't look pretty, but he knows what he's doing and how to set up his power shots.
Well, if he wants to win a world title, it can't take him too far off his game plan. I can't tell you the amount of times. This is what championship boxing is about. You got to figure out a way.
And you just shake your head and say, how in the world did this go? How?
We asked him if he had a nutritionist. He said, no, I don't like those.
He's the one that brought it up to us. We didn't ask him about what his future holds. He said he started asking us about matchups at 130 pounds. Diaz.
It's about to turn into a fight.
Earlier than expected. And then second half of the fight, let it go where it needs to go. We're in round 5.
But you see Diaz taking some shots and trying to take advantage of some opportunities.
Which is exactly it. You start to get the answer as he comes ahead with a 3-punch combination. A sellout crowd of what's been allowed with the COVID protocols. A taller, longer champion in the black trunks scored the knockdown in round. Christopher Diaz. He has a 71-43 connect advantage, does Navarrete.
Trying to get into the body of Navarrete. He understands that when he hits him down to the body, he doesn't work. Get down to that body.
Yeah, I think that's the wrinkle for Diaz. Just a little bit different on his back foot.
Changing.
See how he whips his body around to get that uppercut? Straight rotation right there. Still just shift his body to throw that uppercut right in the midst of fire. Look at that. Oh.
Around the belt line again.
But the dangerous thing for Diaz going down to the body, he has to be careful with those uppercuts.
That uppercut.
Sneaking underneath, because when you go to the body, you're exposed.
Navarrete's got to find a way to get Diaz back on his back foot.
And did you see that left hand that he just threw?
Good combination from Diaz.
Navarrete tried to sell it.
He did. He looked at the ref. Ref said that was good. Let's go.
Listen, Tess, Diaz is going to have to play Russian roulette in this fight. You know, the weakness of Navarrete is in the inside. He has to get, but like I said, he's exposed for the uppercut, as you can see right now.
No, that body shot was good right there.
Very good exchanges. Throwing combinations now on the inside. Diaz, the shorter man, shorter arms, has to get to work when he's there. Both men opening up. Isn't it good pace here as they are just throwing.
There's always a wrinkle. There's always an opening for your opponent. Nobody's invincible. And Navarrete be flexible to make in-fight adjustments. Those that do oftentimes go on to win. Those that don't.
Point deduction in round number 7. There's already a 10-8 round banked with the knockdown.
You're in the corner of Diaz. You got to tell your fighter, plan A is out the window. Keep a tight defense, and you got to fight fire with fire.
Very, very well.
And his arms are too long.
The answer's coming right now from Diaz.
Some swelling that showed up earlier just above the right eye. Reaching with that right hand.
Navarrete cool under fire.
A lot of action here in round 7. A lot of action. 83. Diaz 20 of 78. Remember, but it was outstanding action, and things have changed in terms of how Diaz has to go about it. Nelson Rodriguez is the trainer of punching. Just keep punching. This is what we've trained for, this kind of a war. Diaz took an angle, tried to place the left hand, going off to the right.
Of Diaz is paying good dividends. You can see the effect. You see the lows.
Can target that belt line. There's the lead left uppercut. That time it was blocked on the inside. 4-punch combination from Navarrete's. Uppercut in the midst of it, and he goes down again. Beautiful combination from Navarrete.
6, 7, 8. También, quiere pelear. Ven para mí, ven para mí.
Oh, brutal shot right there.
Such a thud. Uppercut comes in. Diaz is wrapping up. Navarrete. Straight back goes Diaz, and coming forward like a freight train comes Navarrete. Second knockdown scored of this 8th round. Bloodied, battered, damaged is Diaz.
You gotta leave it all out there, Tess. He gotta fight.
He's going for broke.
Just fight.
Throwing it all out there while taking extreme punishment.
You cannot stay in the middle because he's coming with that fucking uppercut. Let's box. Take a deep breath again. You gotta use your fucking legs and box.
Nelson Rodriguez just told me, look, Christopher is a puncher. We've got a puncher's chance, but he's got to do this.
And he's back on his bike. Navarrete was too strong in the inside for him. My man Navarrete got a high IQ.
Good combination from Diaz. When he had a moment of opportunity, he took it, and Navarrete comes firing.
Game plans. They started off boxing. That didn't work. They went inside. That coach, Nelson Rodriguez, is calling for his fighter to go back outside. Answer for everything that Diaz has tried to do.
Everything.
He has scored 3 knockdowns tonight.
Doesn't have any answers.
Oh my goodness. It's
Look
those
at this
shots
combination.
Right, it's that offense, Dre. That's what it is. That offense. That's heavy leather right there.
Throws himself off balance.
Knocked himself down.
Throws himself off balance. The damaged knee in training camp, and you see him wearing that brace, so who knows how his support is when he does get thrown off to that left side after that 8th round. And he comes out and still is game.
Pour some water over him. Come on, it's in the bag.
You see his left foot slip there.
You're working very well. He's just waiting for one shot. You got to go after him.
Pro fighter himself, pro fighter who suffered 22 losses with his cousin. Say, how do you feel? And the champ just gave his cousin a smile. Is dotted with damage to Diaz. The 3 knockdowns, you got a 10-7-8 round.
To win this fight.
And how.
Got a couple more rounds, and I'm sure he's going to get real busy with those hands.
And Navarrete just got away from. Hands were down, and that left hook came in. What did he say to you when we met with him yesterday about not being hurt?
And he's a young guy, you know, he can take a lot. Dre, I got a question for you, my man. Partner, Navarrete.
It's a tough guy to beat, Tim. It's a tough question.
If he finishes this fight on his feet.
Christopher Diaz has had his moments. He's been fiery. He's been game. He's been willing. But Navarrete, so unconventional. 6 minutes to try to find something
that Navarrete doesn't see, and hope that you can hurt him, buzz him, and get his attention, even though you haven't heard him.
Sits in front and he put those earmuffs on. That's the problem that Diaz made. See, the biggest thing about inside fighting, a lot of people don't really understand is your head positioning. Where you keep your head. If you keep it in the middle, it's going to get knocked off.
See the blood coming from the nose and mouth of Diaz?
Looks like a beat-up fighter. Tess.
He took huge damage in it. He's absorbed 202 punches. 186 of them are power shots from a power. Want to let everybody know that at the conclusion of our championship fight, we're going to go over to the ESPN app, ESPN Plus, for extended coverage of this spectacular night. He doesn't know how to give up. That's not who he is. Look at him, who has put this kind of damage on him. Between trainer and fighter, this sport asks certain things of the participants, not just the fighters. Nelson Rodriguez, there's no pain. There's no pain. As he's looking at that face filled with pain. As Diaz is moving forward, lands a right hand. 12th and final round, title on the line.
What we're witnessing right now.
Navarrete continues to go to his head, scored 3 knockdowns, up huge on the scorecards. And yet Diaz is landing some right hands here.
It took him to get here. He's thinking about his kids. He's thinking about everything right now in his life.
And Diaz has decided something here in this 12th round.
Tess, this is special, Tess. This is special stuff we're seeing from both guys.
Final 50 seconds. Defending his title, and Diaz possibly take and still be giving. Oh, Navarrete's damaging him badly.
Gotta get in there.
Damaging him so badly.
That's it, fellas.
He just ragdolled him. It's over. They're up on the apron. The fight is over.
Tess, this was just unbelievable work by both guys, showing heart, will, going down. His feet, Navarrete is just too strong, coming from angles, different angles, from the southpaw stance, the right-handed stance.
But until you put yourself in harm's way and risk getting knocked out or beat up, you haven't given everything that you have. Diaz did that with the championship. You don't leave with the victory, but you leave with your respect, and Diaz did that tonight.
For your winner by technical knockout and still WBO Featherweight Champion of the World, Emanuel Vaquero Navarrete.